Finally, all that we leave behind are our stories. Tales that bind us to the generations before and after us. A rare and genuine story which stands the test of time does so because it's a chronicler of its time. They reinforce that the story of humanity is timeless and interconnected. Join me as I find these stories on Teachers' Genuine Stories, Season 2. I'm Rahul Bose, back with Teachers' Genuine Stories Season 2. What I enjoy most about this show is how we go deep into the process of storytelling. What makes for a genuine story? And what makes it rare and stand out? Today, I am meeting up with a hugely exciting artist to ask him exactly that. Raghu Dixit, an artist who has been called India's biggest cultural export by The Guardian. Raghu is a rare being, a folk rock star. Raghu is hard to miss in a crowd, the first rock star ever in a lungi. A man who is a global Indian in the truest sense of the word. So, without further ado, let's go and meet him.
Oops. Hi.
I didn't want to disturb you.
No, I just felt like singing. This is such a beautiful hall to sing in.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is.
Beautiful place.
How you been?
Good, how have you been?
Excellent.
But one second, I expected to see you in a lungi today. How did that start, this trademark of yours?
We tried a lot of things before I arrived at the lungi trademark. I started wearing long kurtas and pajamas, but we were looking like Hindustani classical musicians trying to be cool, playing rock music on stage. Then came a thought of, I should truly represent what my music is. And one day, while I was about to go to sleep, I usually wear panche, we call it in Kannada. Tamil, it is called veshti. Mundu in Kerala. And that's when it hit me that why shouldn't I wear what I wear at home on stage to represent who I am?
What is rare to see is a musician who's not a trained musician. But what is even more rare to see is a musician who's not a trained musician, but is, in fact, a trained Bharatnatyam dancer.
Oh, yeah.
How on earth did this happen?
Everything that's happened in my life has been an accident. I was imitating a cousin sister who was learning Bharatnatyam dance when I was 8. My father misunderstood that for talent and pushed me into dancing. So I learned dance for 18 years. But at the same time, like any other good South Indian Orthodox family, you're supposed to give your focus on studies first.
Right.
That's your priority.
Right.
So I did masters in microbiology. So it was in college that a friend of mine, classmate Jeffrey, who used to play guitar and sing songs, made fun of me that it is very effeminate of me to be dancing with makeup and doing Bharatnatyam. And he said holding a guitar and singing English songs is what is very macho. So I threw a challenge at him saying, I'll play your stupid instrument in 2 months and show you that I'm man enough. When I first let out my voice is when I realized an absolute sense of liberation and freedom.
So if Jeffrey was the first comma in the sentence
Correct.
that is Raghu Dixit today,
Yes.
the second comma is a Hariharan comma.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us about that?
This is after I finished my master's degree and moved to Bangalore to work in a pharmaceutical company. Me and my violinist friend Bhaskar, we went and performed for a small 15-minute environmental day performance. And while we were walking off the stage, there's this South Indian-looking Tamil Iyer man with a Punjabi wife and a small kid saying, "That was fantastic, can I buy your CD?" I was like, what? That was our first ever show. And he said, no, you should totally record it. And I said, I don't even have a demo to kind of present it to a record label. It's a long process. And so next week, he invites me home to just sing for his friends. When I was leaving, Hari's kid comes with a greeting card and a check in it of 30,000 rupees. And Hari says, that's money for you to record your demo.
Wow.
Hariharan's money helped me to record my first demo, which I take it to Belgium next, where I'm working. But my landlord, Vermish, he hears me singing in my room one day and thinks it is a CD playing. So he asked me, which is the CD? And I said, I was singing myself. I didn't know that he was one of the top TV producers in Belgium then.
Oh my God, fantastic.
So through his connections, he puts me on a radio show.
Then?
So suddenly I get these emails from people who have listened to the show, and I'm completely overwhelmed with it because I have not imagined this to happen. So 10 days later, I thought, okay, if absolute foreigners can relate to this, maybe I can do really well back home in India, where people will understand. Immediately in 10 days, I quit my job.
Wow.
7 years it took for me to get my first album out since I quit my job, because every record label since then had been rejecting my demos. And that's when I got a call from Shashank Ghosh, the filmmaker. He said, I've already accepted a gig on your behalf to play at Zenzi in Bandra.
Which was a happening spot.
Absolutely. So I went and performed only my songs with just my guitar and my ghungro in my feet with my lungi and all that. And in the crowd was Vishal Dadlani. And I didn't know he was there in the audience. And after the gig, he came and met me and he said, I wish Shekhar was here. I want you to come and perform for us in the studio tomorrow. So I go to their studio. I sing for these two guys, and they're talking while I'm singing, and I'm getting irritated while I'm singing. So suddenly Vishal stops me in the middle of a song and says, hey, you know what? We just decided to start a new record label, and we want you to be our first artist. Would you be interested to sign on?
Listen, I want to talk to you about the process that you follow, the artistic process.
Sure.
Let's step outside and let's have a chat.
Let's go. After. Oh.
This brings us to what I always think is the most interesting part of the chat, which is to understand an artist's process.
My process is very collaborative. It usually starts with the poetry for me, mainly. For me, what I sing is far more important than how I put it together musically. Yes, but most of the times, I'm also a very instinctive composer when I'm having a bath, for example, or riding my scooter. Lots of tunes happen then. So I usually stop whatever I'm doing and record it on my phone because I will forget the tune later.
Right.
Then I figure out the lyrics for it. I usually get somebody else to write for me because I don't have a vocabulary that is poetry,
right.
You know. And then comes the major part of it, that I can only make a great tune, but I don't know what should go with it. So I let my bandmates beat over it. I could probably show you how different songs have happened differently.
Yeah, please do.
So I'll just get my guitar. So there's this really, really popular song of mine called Mysore Se Aayi. The eventual groove was... So this was a melody I had done when I was traveling in a train towards Rajasthan, and it was just a melody for many years.
So that's the process.
Yes.
So tonight on Teachers Genuine Stories,
yes,
you're going to be doing something for us.
Yes.
What we want to know is why you chose this and how you came to choose this.
It is a song that I sing on stage, and I become one with myself every time, which I think every human feels. It's the pursuit for this concept called as perfect love in all our lives. But what we forget is that chase transforms us, and we become truly the best version of ourselves when we think we are in love.
What's the song called?
This one is called Ambar, and it is written by a dear friend, Neeraj Rajawat Singh. It's one of the most beautiful pieces of poetry I will get to sing. And it's been 10 years since it's been out, but now people are discovering it. When I played on a TV show, and then people are loving it and dedicating it to people that they love.
Fantastic. So you've chosen this one for
Yes,
us.
yes.
Oh, we're truly honored. I can't wait to listen to it.
Yes, I can't wait to sing for you.
अंबर पे मिलते हैं कदमों के निशान तेरे ही हर शाम खिड़की पे लिखे कोई ओस की बूंदों से तेरा नाम न खेलो सनम तेरे ही है धड़कन ये मेरे दिल की पूछे रे तेरे दिल से कि सचमुच क्या है तू दुनिया में अंबर पे मिलते हैं कदमों के निशान तेरे
I have to say, I always look forward to having musicians on this show. Those are the stories that I enjoy the most. Which is not to say I don't enjoy the others. I do, very much. See you next week when we meet yet another such rare artist on Teachers' Genuine Stories, Season 2.
I think every human feels it's the pursuit for this concept called as perfect love in all our lives. But what we forget is that chase transforms us and we become truly the best version of ourselves when we think we are in love.